No helmet going in raw.
Not today.
I can't do it. No helmet. Sorry. It would look like a half a helmet. What up, y'all? Welcome back.
Mine wasn't. I look like a real deal carpet. Yeah.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to Yeah, I Said It, the podcast for all things sports. And today, we talked about the NFL draft, who we think that did the best, and NBA playoffs, man. You know, I gotta ask them, if you watch the live, gotta ask them about James Harden. Next, oh yeah, I Said It Sports. Subscribe, guys. Please subscribe. Welcome back to Yeah, I Said It, the podcast for all things sports. I'm your host, Chris. And I got my guys with me, Blair and Darius, today. What up, y'all?
What up?
Nothing much. Gotta rewind time a little bit. We watched the NFL draft, which we should have been a part of, like being actually in Vegas this year, but you know, COVID's still real, so we decided to stay our asses at home. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Maybe next year. And that's a big maybe. Who do y'all feel did the best this year in the draft? Darius, I'm gonna start with you, man. I know that you really wanted a quarterback. You got one and all, but do you feel like y'all did the best, or was it somebody else?
I don't think that we had the best draft overall. No, I think we had a good draft though. Feel like we got a quarterback we was looking for. I really like the kid that plays wide receiver from Georgia. If he wouldn't have got hurt, he probably would have been considered top 5 receiver. So, but I feel like it's tied between two teams. I feel like it's tied between the Jets and the Eagles. So if your team is the color of vomit, you had a great draft.
That's cold, bro.
That is cold. Nah, man, for real. I thought both of those teams had a real good draft. I thought both of them addressed needs that they needed. Like, I thought the Jets had a real good draft. I thought they hit it big in the first round. Also, I really like the Eagles picking up Jordan Davis, paying him to learn up under Fletcher Cox for a year, man. I feel like that's going to be big. They also got Javon Hargrave down there, too. So I feel like that's going to be real big for him to learn from some real good vets. So if I had to pick two teams, I would say it's them two. I like what Detroit did, too, now. I can't even stunt. I like what Detroit did, too. If I got to pick one out of the two, I'll give a slight edge to the Jets as far as having the best draft.
I feel that. I feel the same way. I had a tie between two teams, too. I like the Eagles, though. But in second, I got the Baltimore Ravens. So the Baltimore Ravens, if you did not know, and people that know the channel, you know I can't stand. Ain't none of these teams that's in the division with me, and I'm a Bengal fan. But
we can't stand no ass either.
They got Kyle Hamilton, which we all agree that is the best safety in the draft. They got Tyler Lindenbaum, which we all agree was the best center in the draft.
I like that safety pick, buddy.
Yeah,
that's a classic, like Baltimore safety.
Yes. And he's rangy, he's quick. I mean, he didn't run a fast 40 time, but who gives a damn? He plays fast. Tyler Lindenbaum.
Nobody.
Yeah.
He play over the
They
top.
front seven always usually be killers, so he ain't
Yeah.
gotta be
He play
super
over
fast.
the top. He ain't got to worry about that.
Correct. You just got to
And
put.
they
You got to just protect deep.
And both of their corners should be back. So he going into a good situation.
Good, very good situation. They got Tyler Lindenbaum, who I was hoping that it was going to fall to the Bengals. Just did not make it quite there. 5 more picks.
You knew he was.
Then they followed up with David Ojabo in the 2nd round, 45th pick. He was projected as a top 10, top 15 pick out of Michigan. Then he tore his, what you call that thing? Yeah, he tore that. And nobody wanted to help him up. So, that was a different story. We did, you watched that podcast as well. You know how we feel about that. But yeah, that was just like a hell of the first couple picks. And I was just like, oh my goodness gracious. And the rest of their picks was okay. But those 3 picks right there, I felt like, I know they had 2 first rounds, but I feel like they got 3 first rounders out of the first, 2 picks at the draft. But number 1, I do have the Jets. The Jets I was not ready for this. Like, I was not ready for them to be so football knowledgeable. I mean, like, they're never like this. Can you remember a time when they were so football knowledgeable in the draft? You're like, man, the Jets really had a great draft. Like, you can't think of those times. You just be like, oh, they're okay.
Last one was Broadway Joe. That's it.
I mean, think about it. I mean, they got with their 4th pick, they got Ahmad Gardner.
Won Super Bowl 3. It's been trash ever since, bro.
I mean, for the most part, but with this draft, they end up getting 3 first rounders. They got Ahmad Gardner, who most of us thought was the best corner in the draft. He actually went number 2 behind my man from LSU. Then they got Garrett Wilson, which me and Darius was the best receiver in the draft. Excuse me. Then they got Jermaine Johnson, defensive end out of Florida State. He slipped all the way down to 26, which a lot of people thought he was a top 10, top 15 type of player. They traded back in and got him at 26. Then at 36, they mess around and get who we thought is the best running back in the draft, in Breece Hall. They got him with the 36th pick overall. Then they come back on top of that in round 3, 101, give my man Jeremy Rucker, who I said had the potential to be very, very good in the NFL. But I feel like they got 4 starters automatically and a 5th starter possibly. Like, that is dumb. Although they do need a lot of help, but still, they got 4 starters. You got Sauce, he gonna start at defensive back. You got Garrett Wilson, he gonna start at receiver. You got Jermaine Johnson, he gonna start at defensive end. Breece Hall's gonna start at running back. He that dude. He that good. And then Jeremy Rucker is gonna be a backup because they signed our tight end in free agency. So I don't think he's gonna be their number 1, even though he did get hurt and he had an operation. But still, I don't think he's gonna start right away unless they run like a 2 tight end set, which a lot of people saying that's what they're going to switch to. So he could possibly be a starter. So you can walk out of the draft anytime with 4 to 5 starters. Man, you done did the damn thing. I don't think it was close. Now, some of the trades that had happened with the draft with, Philly getting Brown, and I'm like,
that's part of the draft, bro. That's
part of the draft. But I'm gonna take these 5 over those 2 because I love me some Davis. But this draft right here, man. Woo! Who you got, Blair? So far, who you had that did the best?
Man, I don't know because I don't care much. But it's not that I don't care for the draft. I'm gonna go Detroit because I like what they did. Detroit's usually trash. My thing about the draft is like, it's exciting. The first round, I don't really care much about 2 through 7, even though that's where the teams are built. Not in the first round. That's where they build their team, like 2 through 7. I get all of that, so I can do it. It's too many bodies, man. Like, it's too many bodies in the summer for me to be tracking all these dudes. Like, I don't care about all these dudes that much. Like, just like they don't care much about college guys. Like, then you got to care to watch the draft. So I think Detroit had the best run. I don't know. I've been hearing a lot about the Jets and really good, but the Jets suck. And until I see a product on the field that shows everybody knows what they're doing, I don't believe in that. And it could be I'm tainted by Detroit. I don't believe that's what makes this whole process not fun to me. Like, everybody draft all these people. The point of the draft is hope. Like, I think that's what they're selling you for the draft is hope for your particular franchise that they won't suck next year, however that works. But what I find is Detroit has been bad for a long time.
Yeah.
And I like this new coach. I like Buddy. You know what I mean? Like, the kneecap biting thing was a little crazy. But it seems like his guys buy into his philosophy, which is, it seems to be grind it out, play hard, we'll see where it falls. He had them dudes playing hard. They lost like every game, except for 2. But he had them playing hard every game. So I feel like it might be a change. Like, there might be some growth next year. My biggest problem is the quarterback position. I have never been sold on Goff there. Like, even when he was balling out, he had a great season, but he got hurt. There's never been any form of sustained greatness from that dude. And being that his whole thing was like he needed the right support system and it has to be the right everything, that ain't really, that's tough. Oh, no, that's Carson Wentz. I'm sorry. Jared Goff was just bad, and San Francisco got rid of him. And LA got rid of him, even though he went to the Super Bowl. He's not good in clutch performances. The problem with that is I don't think there are going to be any Detroit games where these dudes are blowing anybody out. Like, they ain't to that level. The teammate, they could win games, and the games could be football close. But then I feel like it's going to fall on Jared, and I ain't 100% sure that dude has game-winning drives, bro. Like, it's...
Man, I feel like the Jets are the same way.
Yeah, that's why all y'all saying about I don't believe it till I see the product on the field, bro.
I feel like they made all of the right picks, bro. But, like, DB is not going to be their issue this year. Running back is not going to be their issue this year. It's going to come down to, can Zach Wilson really do this shit?
Now, but I will say this. What they gave him,
are they developing him right?
Yes. I say what they gave him, like, as far as like the weapons and stuff like that, it's about to turn into a Baker Mayfield situation. Like, hey, we done gave you.
Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. You only Baker the situation, bro. If they look as good as the Browns did, they was one quarterback shot. Don't do that.
No.
What I'm talking about, there, bro.
I'm talking about the weapons that they drafted the first round. I think it was first or second round.
Man, I don't care. First round receivers don't always work out. First round DBs don't always work out.
It doesn't matter, Blair. They gonna put that pressure on him. He got the these the keys to this new car.
It definitely matters, bro. Everybody in the league consensusly said the Browns are one quarterback away. You saw everything.
I'm not saying that that's the case. I said
it's
turning into
the Jets. Only if you can see on the field that they one quarterback away, then I'll give you that. Until the Jets turn into a quality team overall and just the quarterback is the problem, they the Jets, man. The Jets ain't pulled it together in your lifetime.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That, bro, they have improved the team around him. I believe.
There he is. Right. You get what I'm saying, bro. That ain't it. Like, Chris is like, it's already a Brown situation. I'm like, hell no.
No, I said it's turning into. I didn't say it was there. I said it's turning into. Listen.
Oh, because it looks like on paper they have a nice team.
That's what I'm saying.
The Browns look better.
They're giving him weapons.
Look like on paper. The Browns individual dudes,
no, I don't think he's saying. He's not saying that the Jets are the Browns by any means. He's saying
they're on their way to being the Browns.
He's saying the circumstances the same. Like, we've upgraded everything. They've upgraded a lot
everything
around Wilson. So he should be more successful. Not saying he about to take these niggas to the playoffs. They should be. better
what
than
I'm
they
saying,
are.
but like,
And what I'm saying is, I feel like the team itself is better. I've never been sold on Zach Wilson.
I haven't either.
Ever. And I feel like, hey, this is his chance to prove like, okay, you can be a part of what we trying to do. Because if he go out there and just stink it up, they gonna be like, well, oh, we brought him this and we brought him that.
but see, that's why I talk about development, because like you can talk about all the pieces you brought in, but if y'all not develop, I don't care if he's a first round quarterback. Like if you don't develop that dude properly, he's still gonna be bad.
I don't even want to hear it because this nigga Zach Wilson got the Baker Mayfield attitude. This dude thinks he the shit.
Maybe so. I don't look at Zach Wilson like Baker. He has not said anything that makes me give him the side eye yet.
Bruh.
Like Baker did a lot of stuff year one that's like, people ain't gonna like you, bro. Like this ain't gonna bode well for your career. I haven't heard Zach Wilson say anything like what Baker Mayfield used to say. Like Baker Mayfield was out of pocket on a lot of times, bro.
The word is that, boy, this nigga Zach Wilson think he is the hottest thing since fish grease, man. And he ain't. This nigga is, he might not even be Jared Goff. These Jared
We'll see.
Goff
I guess the point is
dude,
like if they make the better team, you give a chance to give him a shot to see.
What I'm saying at this point, you got the weapons. Now, the only thing that I can probably possibly say that you might not have is probably all the way together is the offensive line. But other than that, on offense, we got you together. We got your running back. We got your receiver. We've got a DB to help you out. So the defense ain't always on the field. Like, hey, we put it together for you now, man. It's up to you.
But here's the thing. You talking about all them pieces. If they line is trash, it don't matter what other pieces they have.
True, but the Bengals offensive line was trash, and at least we got to the playoffs and made it to the
I don't think the Jets offensive line was worse than the Bengals.
Thank you. And that's my point. My point is,
I can tell you, I don't know.
My point is, out of all of the teams that drafted that have, let's just say the second year quarterback, you know what I'm saying, the Jags, the Chicago Bears, everybody, the Jets did the best job of surrounding this young man with new upgraded talent, right?
So, Chris, are you saying they're going to win 8? Are you saying they should win 8 games?
I think with the talent they just added, they should win probably 6. 6 to
games,
8.
Okay. 8,
I say 6. I'm saying 6 right now.
I do believe the Jets are a terrible organization.
Oh, yeah, I'm not here to dispute that. I'm not here to dispute that. But I'm just saying.
They won 1 game last year?
1 or 2.
I think
because
Detroit only won one more game than they did.
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. But I definitely agree. But I'm just saying it's coming to that point, you know. I guess we can talk about who did the worst next week, but we ain't gonna get into that, you know. I got some thoughts.
I don't know how to tell who did the worst, man. Like, it could be a bunch of games I don't know, and then when the season starts
with New England and ends with Patriots.
I know everybody is like miffed about the Cole Strange thing, bro. I get it.
Nah, historically, this dude is not a good drafter, bro.
He's just not.
Historically, yeah.
He's just not. I mean,
he just hit it off on like the 2 biggest ones you could probably hit it off on. And it's crazy because Brady came in the 6th round. Like nobody was seeing that. I think Gronkowski went in like the 3rd round or something like that.
I feel like, I don't know, man, because he, picks people for specific things. So it might not necessarily be like a best guy here, because the best guy can have problems that won't fit with New England. That's what a lot of the top players, they're really good. They can't fit New England unless you go to try to rehab your career, because then you're on your best behavior and you'll do whatever.
See, this is the thing. We would never know that because for the past 20 years, they haven't picked in the top. So we don't know. So guess what?
They ain't been sorry enough to be in the top.
Exactly.
Right.
So you can get a guy that's going to fit, but hey, I don't know about that one, dog.
I have no idea either, bro. But if Buddy turned out to be a fantastic lineman in 2 or 3 years, they're gonna be like, a win is a win is a win.
Oh yeah, they developed great offensive
good.
linemen. They developed a great offensive lineman, but the thing of it is when they picked him, they was like, yo, like he would have been there in the next round. Shit, he probably could have been there in the third.
That's what everybody says. They wasn't cool. They didn't believe it. A lot of people say they don't want these dudes, and then they pick them. They're like, nah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The dude we want. That's the dude we want. He's still available. We always in the top 20. It ain't like they get to pick high. So I'm going for that dude because you don't know what's going to happen at the bottom of the next round where you're going to be in. They don't trade to get draft picks like that. Like, these dudes just do what they do. So I can see why they picked the person that they picked. On top of the fact that they win. If they lost a lot and had, like, terrible seasons, that's why you don't get fired based on your draft. You get fired based on your season. They don't fire you when they're like, you had a stinky draft. Everybody goes home. No, they go see what that season turns into. And they're like, okay, you can keep your job. You might not be head of scouting, but we still winning. And the people you pick play some form of a role in that.
Don't worry, New England. You'll see what everybody else felt like for the next 20 years.
Yeah, basically. Moving on.
Y'all out on Mac Man? So y'all out on Mac Man, huh? Y'all out on Mac Man?
I ain't said nothing but a word. I ain't saying nothing.
Listen, I feel like y'all could be doing the same thing.
Hey, he ain't in my top tier youngins. I can tell you that.
Nope. I'll say that too.
I liked him when he was coming out.
Pretty high on my list. Of youngins. He's pretty high on my list of youngins.
I know. That's because you only like New England and Detroit.
Yeah, and that's fine.
No. I like Tom Brady. New England gets the respect for being New England with Tom. Well, Detroit is just Detroit. I like the Pats system, bro. They got a nice everything. The head coach is still in place. When Bill goes, I might be out on the Pats, bro. I might be all the way out on the Pats when Bill go. I don't know. Mac's not a bad quarterback to me. He's about top 15-ish in the league, I think, statistically for last season.
Just a quick question. This was not on the docket. Just a quick question.
Not.
How do you feel about Tom Brady's new historic contract when he retires?
Hey man,
do you feel like he'll be worth every penny or no?
Yes.
I feel like he's worth every penny they gave to Tony Romo and more.
Yes.
If you gave Tony Romo all that money and Tony Romo ain't won or only won one playoff game in his 12-year career, the dude that won 12, it don't matter what come out of his mouth. You know everything he about to say is about to be right at football. That's all that matters. Exactly. All that money they gave Tony, if you didn't give him more, you're crazy. The same reason they tried to overpay Peyton, he didn't want it, bro. I was telling you, this is what makes it funny. Tom Brady will make more money retired in 1 year than he made as a pro. He's never made more than $25 million. You know what he's getting paid this year. That was his salary bump, bro. He never wanted to do the 50. I don't need 45. Tom is running at a cool $25 million a season.
Hey, it is what it is.
He got hit in the face.
10 years, $540 million. Whew.
It's 500. I thought it was 300.
I mean, from what I've just read here, it said it was
85 million. 10 years.
Say that again, Darius.
10 years, 385.
Okay, this just said here 10 years. 375 over for.
He ain't coming back.
Over 10 years. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what the numbers are, but he getting paid a whole lot of money.
But even if it's 375 over
10-year period.
Even if it's 375 over a 10-year period, that's still more than he makes as a pro player right now.
Yeah.
But you have to pay him based on how much you pay Drew Brees, based on how much you paying Tony Romo. How much value are you giving these quarterbacks that everybody knows with the exceptional name? And Tom comes with an exceptional pedigree, and it ain't like you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't like you don't know that Tom knows what he's talking about. All he did was push the ball in his face, bro, trying to take it out of his hand.
Hey, didn't Troy Aikman and what's the name just go to Monday Night Football? So they're gonna be doing Monday Night Football now?
Somebody just went to Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
Troy left Fox.
I think it's Troy and I can't why I think it's Buck.
So they got rid of Collinsworth?
He does Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Monday Night Football.
Monday
Night Football was Booger McFarland and
it was
those
Levy
guys.
and
Tom Brady is taking over
Riddick,
Fox,
right?
man.
Louis Riddick, wasn't it?
Well,
Wasn't
that's
it
not till next year.
Louis Riddick. Mm-hmm.
Whenever he retires, whenever Tom quits, that's just waiting on him.
Yep.
It's over after this year, man. Tom Brady gonna give it one last hurrah.
Especially with all that money waiting, there's no reason to keep going at this point. Other than this is the run it back. This is the run it back year. This is the okay, the NFC sucks. We're gonna try to make it through LA.
They're gonna mess around and let Tom Brady call a game for the bye week, nigga.
Bruh. For real. I just want Peyton Manning to jump in here because I love watching Peyton Manning break down.
You're gonna have to watch the Manning cast, bro.
Oh man,
it took them years to get the Manning cast. Like they tried to get him straight out. He was like, "I'm straight." 2 years later, this dude do a show with his brother.
Man,
and what's funny to me is Peyton is a bad football watcher with other people, bro. Because Peyton is all. Like I love the Manning cast. I love the Manning cast, bro. Peyton is the worst when it comes to dudes in football in a room. Like, can you imagine if you watched a football game with Peyton Manning? It's probably not fun, bro. Because even during the show, Peyton stopped talking. He forgets to talk because he is so in the game that he is so into everything they're doing in the game, he forgets to talk. I feel like they tell him in his ear, "Hey, man, you got to say something. You can't lead it to Eli. Like, your turn, Peyton." Because Peyton just watches the game until he complains about something that he sees. And I don't know why they doing this. I don't understand this. Blah, blah, blah. But then he'll go quiet because he's so into actually watching the football game. And he's breaking it down in his head. It's moving so fast, he can't do it in his head and out of his mouth. Because he's thinking like a football player. He like pre-snap reading and, hey, man, if they do this, they should do that. Like, he can still see all that stuff. So he's processing and Tom talks different than Peyton anyway. They're two different personalities. While they say Tom is ultra competitive, I don't think he's as anal as Peyton is about certain things. Like, you know how Peyton is like, "Get out of my practice. You ain't catch that ball with two hands." Ain't no pretty hands out here, bro. If you don't put two up, Peyton is like, "Get out of my practice. Like, get out of my line. I'm not ever throwing you the ball. Two-hand that thing." Like, dude was that anal in practice. So I can only imagine what it's like trying to watch a football game with a dude like that. And then we get to see it on the Manning cast. You get to watch him say abstract things when his brain is in football mode while he is just randomly saying stuff out of his mouth. I love the Manning cast, bro. I like how Peyton is so into it. He don't even want to talk to y'all. Like,
I feel it.
He don't want to talk to you. He just want to watch the game.
The breakdowns are awesome. The Manning cast is awesome. I just like seeing Peyton. I just want more Peyton. I just love Peyton Manning. This is what I'm just with it. I'm with him. That's my guy. Moving on. We got to talk about these NBA playoffs, y'all. These NBA playoffs have been fantastic. Especially the Bucks and Celtics series. That is just entertainment at its finest. I love every second of it. Jason Tatum, Giannis, man, all of it. It's just great. But, guys, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't know who the hell gonna win this goddamn championship. I have no fucking clue. I don't know what's gonna happen next. The only thing I know is I feel like the Warriors is gonna close it out, and that's only because Ja's hurt, and I think they're gonna close it out. But other than that, I don't know what's gonna happen in none of these series. I don't know what's gonna happen in the Heat series against Philly. I don't know what's gonna happen in these Celtics. I know in my mind I wanted to say, the Celtics might do this thing. But I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. And I was for sure about them Suns, but now when you looking at the games, you're like, ooh, I don't know, man. Luka might pull one out of his hat.
Suns look like a bad 4-game matchup, bro. Like, you catch the wrong team on the wrong matchup, the Suns are toast. Like, it's just, I don't know what that is, man. I feel like Suns will, like, you kill the league, but they're having, it seems like, too much trouble with Dallas, man. That's just how I feel for the number 1 seed, like 10, 12 games above everybody else. Your walk should be almost cakey through the playoffs, bro. Like, you shouldn't be really challenged to the conference finals, to me. Because you already beat like 2 subpar teams. You're the number 1 seed. You're going to get the lowest seeded team for every round. But by the 3rd round, it kind of doesn't matter as much. But by round 2, you should still be much better than that team.
It matters when it's a bad matchup for you because you're small. And Luka is bigger than all of your best players.
But that puts them in a bind going forward with anybody else they're going to run across, except for like the Suns, I guess. I mean, the Warriors, and that turns into like a shootout. Like a straight up shootout.
That's what it's gonna be.
They have like a little more length than Golden State, but I wouldn't consider their shooters better than Golden State shooters.
Oh no. I think they
Golden
have
State comes out of this
just as many.
I'll still give them the benefit of the doubt. But without your best player, it's hard to win a championship. They should technically be able to beat the Warriors. They were the number 2 seed. They should technically be able to do it. But him being hurt to the extent like he's out for the playoffs, I think that's like mentally tough for a young team, bro.
Yeah, I think the Suns will handle the Warriors in about 6 games. But this game right here, because me and my dad were just talking earlier, and he was like, man, you know the player that I just can't stand the most? I said, who? He said that goddamn Luka Doncic. He just throws shit up there and it just goes in. And I don't understand. I'm like, Dad, what are you talking about?
Hey.
Like, man, why can't they block his shot? Why can't he move so slow? I said, you got that old man Paul Pierce game, Dad.
Guess what?
Slowly and methodically, like, hey.
Guess what? 6'8", 230, pure polar bear, nigga. This nigga is coming through, and you is like, oh, yeah, he should be slow. Then he bump into you, and it's like, ugh. Oh, shit. I ain't realized he was that big. And it's like, what can you do? He is a big
dude, bro. He is not a slim-looking guy.
Oh, no.
You know, they've been talking about Luka being fat for like the first few years. They're like, he is not in basketball shape. Dude just been playing pro basketball for like 6 years. He still wasn't in basketball shape when he came over here. Like, that's nuts.
When these dudes realize that that's the exact shape he's planning on being in when he playing basketball, they gonna shut up about it. Because when he be backing these little ass point guards down.
No, he actually has lost weight since he came in the league.
I mean,
he is just about where he's gonna be. He may lose 20 more pounds, bro, but that's it. He ain't getting no real. I don't see him losing more than like 20 pounds, if that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like he wants to be a bigger point guard. Like he wants to be big. He don't want to be small.
He don't have no choice but to be big.
He's just a big dude, bro. I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think he chose to be small. It's not like over here.
Like slender is what I'm thinking.
You play basketball all the time. You slim. He's like Jokic, bro. He's just a big dude. He's just a big dude with a solid body. And look all the weight Jokic lost. Like he had to lose a lot of weight too, bro. It's just one of them deals. Like they're just not made like Americans over here are made. He's a big dude, man. Like they're just big, solid guys. And he might lose a little weight, but right about now, he about to be done. Like whatever he does in the next couple years, if at best it's 20 pounds, bro. But I feel like Luka weight is probably like LeBron weight, something that nobody really knows. Same thing with Shaq. They was like, Shaq 302. They like, man, Shaq 340. You are lying. Shaq is not 300 pounds. Everybody like, ain't no 300-pound man can do you like that. They like, hey, he 300. That's what they wrote on the paper. Now, everybody he bumped into was probably like, that's not what 300 pounds feel like at 7 foot. Yeah, that's what they wrote on the paper, bro. There you go. The same thing they said about LeBron, bro. When LeBron was big and beefy and all that. The time he
like, ain't
gained
no
weight
way
during a game, like
talking about
you
no
can't.
way. They like, yeah, he 240. Man, this nigga LeBron like 265 running through people.
No way he 240. 265 sounds fat. It's like he's not fat, dude. He's just
It's not
so
fat
happens
for
to be one of
LeBron,
those
like you
dudes that
say.
is chiseled and is big.
Yeah, he's just a
And you
big
can't
ass
gauge
dude.
weight. That's why they always had trouble with Chuck. They like Chuck fat, Chuck 350, Chuck 3-something, Chuck 250 banging you. And he looked like he 220. Like you can't gauge dude. Like Zion's one of those type of dudes. Zion's gonna be one of those dudes that no matter what size he is, he's always gonna be bulky. He's just a bulky built person that's exceptionally athletic. As long as his knees and his toes make it, he'll be all right. So yes, the playoffs are amazing. The thing I find to be crazy is how GP gets hurt in the Warriors series, and in the same game or the next game that he missed, that Dylan Brooks was slated to miss because he hurt this dude, Ja gets hurt and is gone about as long as Gary Payton Jr. And I guess the scales kind of offset. They did not suspend Jordan Poole. I don't think he was trying to rip his kneecap off. I just think he was going for the ball, and it came in hot, and he hit him in the leg, and he was still pulling. You know, it's a tough set of circumstances. Embiid is trying to give Philly everything he got, but if this dude take any real face eye shots, he ain't gonna be that great. Like he took a shot just now during this game, and I think he hurt, bro.
He shook it off though.
He gonna gut it out. He gonna gut it out and try to make it through. But I think for the rest of this game, his eye is about to be bothering him because that was the shot to the bad eye. It wasn't even the good eye he took the shot to. He took the shot to the bad eye. So that's a problem. James Harden finding a fountain of youth for one game.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
That was amazing. That was fantastic.
Listen, that was the question during the live. I said, could he turn back the hands in time and somehow pull one of those James Harden games out? Everybody said no. The man pulled out a 31-piece out of his ass.
Guess what?
That was in the flow of the game too, though. It wasn't like he was taking over.
Guess what, man?
Mm-hmm.
You know why we don't care? Because we don't believe in fool's gold, bro. We don't believe in fool's gold. I've seen him pull out 31-point games a few times in his playoff career, and he always follows it up with some ass cheeks.
The reason that one turning back the hand don't count, bro, is because James is not reliable in the playoffs. If he was reliable, nobody would care about turning back the hands of time because he would already be doing his thing, but he's not reliable in the playoffs. He's had too many moments where he failed and shrunk away from the light. No go.
So it's just like we are looking at James Harden like he is fucking Taylor Horton Tucker going off for 31. Or fucking JaVale McGee going off for 31.
Oh, come on,
or Al Horford.
That's the one I was about to say. I'll let you make it in there. That's how it look, bro. Nothing you can count on. It's fantastic to see it when it happens. It's not something you assume is going to happen again anytime soon.
Listen, the JaVale McGee one was a step too far for me.
What you mean?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Why ain't it? We're talking about James Aldarius.
He could have said DeAndre Jordan. There was no difference.
Guess what?
What do you mean? We're talking about James off Bartholomew.
You want to know the difference? You want to know the difference between James Harden and JaVale McGee? 3 rings, nigga.
He at least scuttled around the 3 teams, brother.
I'm not gonna let y'all.
And he played.
Man. I'm not gonna let y'all do this.
Guess what?
He played a little bit.
Guess what?
Come on, y'all.
The role that JaVale McGee stepped into, they asked him to do, he performed it with flying colors every time. This nigga James Harden has 3,200 white flags in his closet because he waved them every year.
Listen, though, but he was driving the bus, though. JaVale ain't driving nobody's bus.
That's fine. Guess what? When you drive the bus, you take the blame when it crashed, nigga. This nigga bus never reached nowhere.
Listen.
What do you want us to say, bro?
James.
And you want
James.
now you want me
You see these
to give him more
disrespectful ass
credit?
motherfuckers here. You see these
You want
two
me to give him
disrespectful.
more credit? You want
Do
me to
your
give him
thing
more?
tonight, James. Do your
Why are we
thing.
give him
Can I
more
ask you why are
credit
we
now
disrespectful? What are we
as a
disrespectful?
passenger?
Y'all comparing my mans to motherfucking
I never said he was a passenger. I
role
didn't say that.
players.
But what I'm saying is, bro,
What?
that's what he is now. They want you to play your role, bro. His role was to come score 30, give you about 8 assists and about 5 boards. He came and gave you about 20, about 8 and 3.
Chris, recollect one time where James Harden performed his role in the playoffs.
The series
when
against
when it counted. Don't tell me no trash about nothing in the first round.
No. I'm talking about the series with the like I can't give you one off the top of my head now.
We know why.
You couldn't give me one if you had time to write a novel, nigga. Because you know what it's going to end like? It's going to end in a sad story. It's going to be like Menace to Society. Niggas is dying at the end.
That's cold, bro. That's super cold.
James, just be a phoenix and rise up and do your thing.
Jameson Bartholomew Harden, listen to me. When Chris Paul got hurt, you had your chance. What happened? Nigga went like 1 for 236. You had Westbrook, game 7, had your chance. James Harden had a chance to beat a lot of them Warrior teams that came out.
Because they had to go through each other.
Nothing happened.
And Golden State always went through Houston.
Yeah.
Done had home field advantage and everything, man.
Yeah.
The one time I need you to be 38-point James Harden, you go like 2 for 11 from 3. Can't get to the free throw line. Regular season, he's great. He's great. Also, hey, all y'all people out there saying he better than D-Wade, stop it.
Yeah, I'm not going. That's a step too far. Who do y'all think come out the series?
That's a step too far.
That is a step too far. Who do y'all think comes out this series, though? Y'all think between Miami and Philadelphia?
Philly is down right now. I still got Philly in 6, though.
Whoever win Game 5 is going to win the whole thing, I think.
I think Philly's still going to win the series.
Miami. Joel took that shot in the face, so I don't know, man.
Okay.
If Miami wins this game, they should be in the driver's seat. I
still got Philly. I'm gonna roll with Philly. Who y'all think gonna come out the Celtics and Bucks series?
I got the Bucks.
I'm going Bucks.
I'm going with the C's, baby. The C's gonna pull this out. I feel like they're gonna pull it out in 6 or 7.
Guess what? Al Horford is out of gas. Al Horford just played the best game of his life.
Ain't doing that again.
And Jason Tatum still had to score 30. Ain't nothing going on.
I'm still picking the C's.
What
about on the West side, man? Who y'all coming out of those series? Obviously,
you been with Boston from the beginning.
Yeah.
No.
Who, me?
Yeah, you, Chris.
No.
Did I have?
Because he had the Bucks going to the finals.
Going to the finals. I just think that
That's why I gotta hear him say it, bro. I gotta hear you say it. Like you just make it seem like the C's.
Oh no!
You just believe in the C's now.
I just believe in the C's now. Like I think they're gonna get it done. I think they're gonna get that done.
I'm gonna believe in the champs until they lose, bro.
So the Mavericks and the Suns. Who's coming out of that? I got the Suns still.
It should be the Suns, but ain't no guarantee.
I don't know, dog. I ain't even gonna lie. This dude Luka's averaging 40. God damn. It's crazy. And it's like, bruh, Luka look like he be toying with these boys out here, man. And he disrespectful with it. Hey, he be smirking and smiling. talking shit, and you know Chris Paul can't keep his temper.
Oh no.
Luka can't keep his either. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. So
when they get flustered, that's the nutty part, man.
Bump it, man. I'm going with the upset. I'm going with the Mavericks, dog. I'm going with the upset, dog. Big Mav, dog.
I got the Suns in 6. I'm gonna say it.
Mavs in 7.
Whoever win game 5.
I feel it. I mean, it's a hard prediction. But this last question, just off the cuff, my dad wanted me to ask. So
what's up, Dad?
Pops, this for you. Who's the biggest crybaby in the NBA right now?
Right now, crybaby?
Right now. Who's looking at the refs every time?
I was
All
about to
these
say
dudes.
like all of them are, bro. So
Oh yeah, all of them. Really? Yeah,
What do you mean by crybaby?
I mean, I can't blame
like,
them. I can't blame them because that's the way that the game is today. So I'm not mad at them. I don't know, man. This dude Jason Tatum cry a lot.
Luka complains a lot.
Yeah,
bro.
Luka.
Yeah, I was going there too. I was gonna say Draymond.
Say,
Draymond complains a lot.
I'm gonna say Chris Paul because he got a whole beef with a referee, dog.
That's true. That's true.
And
that's
whenever
a good pick.
this referee, and I ain't saying that his beef could or could not be, legit.
Legit.
All I'm gonna say is Chris Paul is automatically taking himself out of the game when it's like, oh, this nigga refereeing. Oh shit. I ain't about to get shit, and they lose every time.
Really?
Yes.
Yes,
crazy.
he like 0-12 whenever this nigga referee the game, dog. I don't know. I feel like, come on, Chris Paul, you could win some of them bitches now. Ain't no way this nigga dragging you in.
The ref ain't
these
making y'all
games.
lose. Like, nah, bro. The ref can't do that.
I do think Jason Tatum cried. I see him complain a lot. Luka definitely. I could see Draymond.
The referee he talking about is Scott Foster.
Yeah, Scott Foster. Of course, any superstar, man, if we consider him a superstar, them niggas complain. LeBron complain
a lot.
KD complain
a lot. Is Giannis. Giannis rarely complains.
Probably, I feel like Giannis
complains, bro.
He probably don't complain enough.
Definitely. He says nothing most of the time. He makes a weird face.
Now he'll look.
He
might look at. He'll look and then just be like, "Man, going back up the court. Like ain't no need in arguing this shit."
I rarely see him talk like complaining to the refs. Like,
yeah,
man, he hit me. He don't do the exaggerated motions that all the dudes do. He slapped my arm. I lost the ball. Like, he don't do none of that, man. Every second of the game, the dude is just trying to score. Like, that's all he's trying to do is score the ball, and that's it. So when it doesn't work out, and because they've caught a few charges on him this game, like last game or this series, he been hit with like
they've been questionable.
Bro, he didn't get hit with like 3 or 4 charges. Like, I'm like, oh, that's a little, but that's the way they playing it, man, and that's the way they call it. And even then, he rarely complains. He just be like, and just goes back down the court. Like, Giannis is one of the few dudes. And the first thing I thought is like maybe because he's, the Greek freak before he has bad English or something like that, so he just doesn't talk to the refs. But I'm like, no, because Luka and Jokic complain so much. Like, Jokic gets hammered, and he doesn't complain at first. He starts complaining by like the third or fourth quarter.
Yeah.
When it's when you can just clearly
but you can see in him that he turned the physicality up. He is like, okay, I done took this shit long enough. Boom, I'm about to start throwing this big body around.
As the game go, bro, you watch his arm, and his arm start getting redder and redder. Like, oh, Lord, they are just destroying, and they ain't calling nothing. He like, all right, y'all can call me whatever y'all want. Boom, hook shot. Like, I don't care. Like, Luka complains a lot for a dude whose English is like, whoa. Giannis doesn't say anything. And I just assumed he decided early he wasn't going to complain. He said, I ain't going to complain, man. I'm going to just play. That's what they tell you when you actually be complaining and you mad at like the lower levels anyway. Just shut up and go play. Stop complaining and go play. Like they complain way too much to me, especially during the playoffs, man. Like they ain't gonna give it. If they didn't call a foul, they ain't giving it to you, bro. You complaining at this dude while you go down the court because you want the foul is not gonna get you the foul. It's just not gonna happen.
I understand that. I went with Draymond Green, and I agree with y'all as far as like Giannis not complaining. Complainer? Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Draymond be complaining,
but he complains a lot. Complaining part of Draymond's competitive fight. Like he complains about everything, bro. He talks trash to everybody. I consider that a part of who he is, because it ain't like he ain't talking to the refs and talking to the players. But so he's like yelling and telling about everything. I get it, and he has a reputation, so he probably think most of the calls are reputation based, even if they're not.
And that's why I think it's Draymond, because he don't just have a beef with one ref. He got a beef with all of them.
Dude, my thing is like Luka visibly looks like he's about to start crying sometimes. Like he has such a sad face on when he's complaining to the refs and it ain't going his way. And he turns into like an actual kid. He get mad and start making crazy
That's what he's
fouls.
supposed to do. Give it to me.
Crazy foul, bro.
Hey, because now you ain't got to get choked out like Jordan to get no foul now, dog.
And I will say Jordan took the brunt of it for a lot of people on national TV.
He did. And he complained, and he had a right to be complaining. I'm like, come on, man.
And here's the crazy part. This is what makes that whole thing crazy to me. And what I think about now during the playoffs. It was only when he didn't complain. When Scotty didn't complain, when he got mugged and just got up and took his free throws, did they start winning. Until they stopped complaining about the game. They start, like, that was the difference, bro. The one, when everybody say, like, when Scotty got mugged in Detroit and he didn't flip out and get all out of shape and do what Scotty had done the years before, where he'd start complaining and fall. And nope, he just got up, went to the line, shot, and they just went. And that was the difference. And I feel like that's these dudes' problem. Y'all complain so much. Your competitive edge is trash. Like, you're competitively trying to compete with the refs. Don't worry about the refs. Just play. Play to score. Play to win. That's why Jimmy Butler gets so many fouls, because he's just actually trying to score. Like, Jimmy Butler's just trying to make a move to actually score a basket. That's why they call fouls on Jimmy Butler, because he's actually trying to score. Y'all do the same moves Jimmy do, and none of y'all are trying to score. Y'all just trying to make it look like you was trying to score to draw a foul instead of actually trying to score. And that's the huge difference between these dudes to me. That's why what Giannis does looks so mean, because he don't complain, just and gone. You take the foul, all right. You take the foul, back down the court, bang, gone.
James,
he ain't saying nothing, bro. Like that's the crazy. Like that's what makes it.
Ain't gonna lie. I do gotta throw James Harden name in there. That nigga will complain about some shit.
Yes.
So like he complains so hard, bro, especially when the playoffs start, because all his fouls, he don't get them fouls during the playoffs. And I told y'all, man, James' game was based on trying to lazily score points and get to the line without actually trying to score points and get to the line. That's why it caught up to him. That's why it catches up to him in the playoffs. He ain't trying to score, man. He's just trying to draw a foul. Then you take a break and shoot 2 free throws and go back down the floor. That's why his game looks totally different in the playoffs. He ain't playing the same way.
James Harden is that nigga on
cheat the system to a ring, bro. You can cheat the system to an MVP. You can cheat the system and make everybody think you great. You can't cheat it to a ring. It just doesn't work.
James Harden is the nigga on the court calling ball after everything. Oh, that's my ball. What you mean that's your ball, man? Every time y'all don't make it, it's your ball.
Yep.
That dude.
Whenever which I don't think he ever get there, because now he just set in his ways. That's what we was hoping for. So I'm still hope for one more year. Then after this,
look, man, stop trying to make him something that he not.
Dude,
We
this is
gotta
what I need
stop
you to
trying to make
understand, man.
players something that they're not, especially after they've shown us
Who they are.
Guess what? Players like KD, Paul George, they have shown us what? Hey, man, I just want to hoop. And it stays true. Stays true. James Harden has showed us he ain't doing shit in the playoffs, man. It's not happening.
There's too much of a sample size to know that he ain't doing that, man. Like, you got to think, man, if dudes ain't start balling in the playoffs almost the first, second, between the first and the third time they make it to the playoffs, they're going to be what they are in the playoffs. That's just kind of how it works, bro. Like, if you don't start, like, okay, you got a few years to make it, but if and I say year 1 to 3, because this is year 1 to 3 in the playoffs. Not in your career, but in the playoffs. If you go between year 1 and 3 and you haven't turned into that dude by year 3 in the playoffs, it usually ain't happening, bro.
Facts.
It just ain't. Jordan came in as that dude in the playoffs. LeBron was that dude in the playoffs in the beginning. For as trashy as everything else was and as sucky as the rest of them dudes were and how much he carried all them teams, LeBron instantly showed up in the playoffs. Instantly showed up.
First time he got there, hey, it was on, nigga.
Instantly showed up, bro. D-Wade made it to the playoffs. Instantly showed up in the playoffs. Like the playoff scoring and being that dude on the next level, that almost immediately shows up in the playoffs. So like Jason Tatum, this is year what, 4 or 5?
Yeah, something like that.
Realistically, he done been in the playoffs every year since he done been in the league, and every year he gets better.
Mm-hmm.
Like he keeps, you see the growth.
Taking it to another level.
James was what James been in the playoffs like 8 or 9 years, bro. When has he ever turned into that dude in the playoffs? I don't feel like that's something that comes later. That's something that comes early in your career. You're either that dude or you ain't. When it's crunch time, because regular season games and playoff games have a different atmosphere to them, bro. It's a different feel to the game. Those games are played differently.
I'm gonna just hope for James one more time, and hopefully
you just hope. Why? So you hope they win this series because you picked them?
Better hope for them sorry ass Bengals.
They do. Shit, we had a good draft, not a great one. We had a good draft.
Nobody cares about your draft. We'll see what your season look like next year.
All I'm saying is,
for sure.
Usually the team that loses the Super Bowl
is
do that good the next year.
Usually
except
they
for the
do have a
Steelers, because you know we
down
done had like 15 winning seasons in a row.
Here it is. Thank y'all for tuning in and watching. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you can know when the video is uploaded. All that. We'll holler at y'all next week. Deuce.
Peace.